Record and woo! Woo!
Yeah!
Woo!
Yeah!
Woo! Woo!
And we are here.
We are here. Welcome back to another episode of Convos with Your Mom's Favorites with hosts Moe and Greg. I am Moe.
I am Greg.
And we are back. We are back.
Yeah!
We are back with another episode for who?
For the people.
The people. Uncle G, how are you?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I am doing well. I am doing
good.
well.
Good.
I am back at work, which is,
A good thing.
It's a good thing because, I'm very passionate about making money,
I hear you.
and just
Nothing like it.
maintaining, because in this world you need it.
You got that right. You gotta have it.
You gotta have it. So
Gotta have it.
I'd rather work than not work.
There you go.
So
or at least or hit $1 billion lottery
or something,
Something, yeah.
But I don't play that enough, so that's not really a window for me.
No.
So I'm kind of left with just working.
Yeah, working is good.
Yeah, but that's fine.
Working is good.
Working is good. But we're here
We're here.
to talk about
right.
things and stuff and
Whatever.
things and stuff and things and stuff
And whatever comes up.
and whatever comes up. Because honestly, I got nothing.
Yeah.
I've been really focused on other things. Very focused on that.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
I haven't had much time to watch
A lot of content.
a lot of content, and I've been very specific with the content I watch.
Okay. Gotcha.
Keeping all of like for example, Your Honor started, and I'm
Yes. Yeah.
I did watch the first episode, but I haven't watched.
Oh, you haven't watched the second episode?
No, I haven't watched the second episode yet.
Oh, dude.
Because I'm waiting. There is a laundry list of shows come next Sunday.
The ending of the second episode. And it was a good ending,
Yeah.
but it was like when you look at it and you're going to look at the clock,
Okay.
because you're going to say to yourself, wait a minute, don't we have more time? I don't know why they shortened it, but they did shorten it.
Anybody got time for that?
They shortened it because the way they ended off, you're like, okay, all right. When they finally get to that point, you're like, okay, they can't be ending it here. And I looked at the clock, thinking to myself, all right, I got 10 minutes. And sure enough, they rolled credits. I was like, wow. I said they couldn't have filled that in with something.
Nope. They got to make you come back next week. They're gonna make you come back next week.
Oh yeah, that was a good, because you definitely, when you see the ending of the second part, you will definitely be saying, all right, now I gotta come back next week and see how this goes.
See, that's
See
good.
how this goes.
Then that's good. The cool part is the difference between you and I is right. I don't have a clock.
Mm-hmm.
Strangely enough, anywhere down here.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the box, you don't have the thing with the time on.
Well, no, because I got an Apple TV in here,
Gotcha.
and I watch it on the PS5 out there.
Gotcha.
So I have no idea
what time it is.
Like when I'm down here,
Mm-hmm.
time is irrelevant because I don't know. Like unless I look on my phone, which I try not to do when I'm watching shows.
Yeah, me neither.
So unless I'm looking at my phone, I have no idea what time.
And like I said, ordinarily, I don't look at the time either. But it was just the way they with the way they ended it off, or at that final scene of this episode. You get to that scene, and I had been waiting for this to happen.
Okay.
And so I'm sitting there, and I'm like, okay, and nobody's saying anything, and I'm waiting, and I'm looking, and so I'm waiting for somebody to say anything. Nobody was saying anything. And I leaned over, and I was like, "Oh, cool. I got about at least 10 minutes left."
Right.
And they're gonna come back, or they're gonna keep going. I said, "They can't go to credit." Oh, yes, they can.
Yes, they can go to credits. Okay then. Well, all right. They can go to credits.
I said, they can go to credits.
They can go to
They
credits.
can do what they want. I said, okay, all right. I'll see you next week.
Cool. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward. Like I said, I am looking forward to Sunday because then that will just be out the way.
Out the way, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I am looking forward to that sleep.
Yeah, you'll be able to sleep again
afterwards, because for whatever reason, right? Mm-hmm. I get inspiration
at night
at like 1:30 in the morning. Mm-hmm. And then you got to hop up because you got to write it down.
Yeah, because if you don't, you'll forget.
And I'm just like, but why not during the day when I have time to do stuff?
We'll talk about that.
Yeah. But what I have been watching, because I figured that can't hurt. I did start that 90s show.
Is that good? How was that? Okay, go ahead. Finish your thought.
What I am learning is...
What is the premise? Because I have not watched it, nor had I intended on doing so.
The premise is Eric Foreman, who is one of the main characters from the original show, that 70s show.
Yes.
He comes and visits. Him and Donna no longer live in Chicago.
Okay.
They come
Had they gotten married?
Yes.
Okay.
They are married. They come back to visit their parents for the 4th of July. Mm-hmm. So they're back home and they have a daughter now.
Okay.
So they come home with their daughter, and they're there for the 4th of July. Yeah. And while she's there, she meets a girl who lives next door. Uh-huh. And meeting her, they become friends. Mm-hmm. And then she goes, and her and the girl, I can't remember her name, but they go hang out with another group, with like her friend group.
Oh, okay.
Who are the kids of...
Are you kidding me?
No, the gang.
Oh man,
that 70s show. It's their kids.
Okay.
So they're now hanging out, and because the daughter loves, she feels like she found like a friend in like her group of people.
Yeah, her tribe.
She wants to stay.
Okay.
For the summer, and ends up staying for the summer with her grandparents.
Okay. All right.
With her parents going back to Chicago.
Okay. So that's the premise.
That's the premise.
Okay.
But in watching it, I am learning that these shows are not geared for me.
Why?
Because we're not... it's clear we're not the target audience. They're trying to get a younger demographic to watch.
Okay, I got you. Yeah.
They throw the older characters in because pretty much everyone, with the exception of Danny Masterson, is back.
Really?
Yes.
Aston is there?
Yes.
Get out.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Everyone, because even Tommy Chong is back.
Really?
Yes. Everyone is back.
Wow. Okay.
Like I said, with the exception of Danny Masterson. And those characters make appearances for people like me, who are
for the
big
nostalgia.
fans, big fans of the original show. But the goal is to grab a new audience.
Gotcha.
So with me understanding that, it's a good show.
Okay.
I said all that to say it is a good show. Okay. If you have that in mind.
What's it streaming on?
Netflix.
So which would make it a little. They can probably do a little bit more.
Yeah. They can take a little more risk than network television.
Okay.
So it's cool. Like I said, there are parts that I don't like. Like they put like this 90s, like the 90s like punk rock.
Yeah.
They put that spin on the intro song, which I hate. Like so much, I hate it. I now skip it while I'm watching it.
Like,
and like,
do you hate it more than the theme of Peacemaker?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, then you really hate it.
Yes.
Then you really hate it.
Yes. If I had to pick between the two, Peacemaker all day.
Oh my God. Then you really hate it.
Yes.
Oh my God. You really hate it.
Yes. Because the theme song of that 70s show, I love it. Loved it. Both iterations.
Yeah.
From like the first couple episodes, and then when they kind of like gave it a little modern touch. Love both of those. Sing it all the time. But this one was just, it wasn't, not for me. Not for me at all. Wow. Even the girl who yells "Hello, Wisconsin" at the end, I was just like, no, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that. They should have just kept Ashton Kutcher's "Hello, Wisconsin." Like it was, but like I said, the show as a whole, it's good. Everybody's back, and like they're, the originals are still, for me right now, stealing the show.
Okay. because they have, you know what? The originals are probably still stealing the show because the writers are probably writing that to happen until they can kind of like figure out what they're going to do.
Yes, which is another reason why I keep, because I'm like, okay, you're still keeping them at the forefront until you decide what way you're gonna take with the kids so far. So cool, no problem. I'm gonna ride this out.
And see
how I'm gonna ride this out and see how it goes.
See how it goes. Okay.
Because I could still, now don't get me wrong, once I stopped watching it, I did go back and watch that 70s show just to feel good again.
Okay, all right.
But, and it's really weird that Netflix did this because Peacock has the rights to that 70s show.
Okay.
Like, if you want to watch that 70s show, you got to go on Peacock. But if you want to watch that 90s show, you go to Netflix.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a little weird, but I'm gonna watch. It's
now because of what you said about it, I'll give it a shot. Is it the whole season or is it
yes? No, they gave you the whole thing.
Whole season?
Yeah.
Okay. I would probably at least give it a shot and see if it's for me. Like I said, I was not a real big fan of that 70s show, but I would watch it sporadically, but I wasn't something that I tuned into every week. I don't know what else was on at that particular time, but whatever else was on at that particular time, that was calling my attention. And so if I had to choose, I chose whatever else it was I was watching, There
were like other like minor things that I didn't like, but it's very minor. Like it was just, at the end of that 70s show, Fez ended up with Jackie.
Okay.
But the whole season she dated, like she was off and on dating Ashton Kutcher's character.
Yes.
Whole show. She ended up like she was with Fez at the end of that 70s show, but they kind of just like canceled that whole thing. She broke up with Fez and she's back with.
Oh, she's back with?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was just like, I didn't like that. That was. I didn't care for that part.
So who did Fez end up
He's
with?
currently single.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's currently single.
Okay. And if I was a writer on the show, I would keep I think he's more fun single. I think he's more
valid.
Yeah, I think
valid.
I would keep him at least for a little while. I would keep him single because I think he's more fun. His character was more fun single.
Yeah, because now he's kind of like just more, he's just, more fluid and more like Fez-like and more open. Which
to marry off his character would be like marrying off Raj on The Big Bang Theory.
I was kind of hoping that happened towards the end.
Really?
Yeah, like once we found out that the last season was the last season,
you thought, yeah.
I'm like, bro, just
marry him off to
let
somebody.
at least let him have a steady girlfriend by the end of it.
Oh, yeah.
Since it's the last season, but as we see from that 70s show and that 90s show, nothing is ever done forever. I said the same thing with my dad and Star Trek.
Yeah.
Because this is supposed to be like the last season of Picard. And I'm just like, I'll believe that they're finished with like, that these characters, these actors,
yes,
that they are finished with the roles when they're dead and in the ground.
And they can't come back.
And they can't come back.
Because here's the thing, and speaking of Picard, I just started watching that because I didn't watch it before. First of all, I didn't think it would last, and so you know me, it's hard for me to embrace new content because of the fact that I never have that much faith in it that it's going. I'm thinking that at one point they're going to snatch it off.
Right.
But at any rate, I'm in season 1. But I'm watching it because in anticipation of season 3, because I know from last year that they're bringing back the original cast, and so I'm like, okay. And they said that this season, that in this particular season is going to be the send off that they originally wanted to give them.
Okay.
You know, this was, again, I don't know. I don't remember exactly what happened in the final episode of the original run, but they said this one is going to be the kind of like the quote unquote send off that the writers originally wanted them to have.
Oh, that's good then.
So they're bringing them on. They're all coming back, which is probably allegedly why they've all signed
on to come back.
Come back.
And because honestly, what will they all
What are
do?
they doing anyway?
Other than making appearances at conventions.
At conventions. Oh goodness.
Like Patrick Stewart is kind of like the only one who's been working constantly.
Yeah.
And even him, like 70% of his constant roles
were
Picard.
Well, yeah.
Like he's been Picard.
Yeah.
For a majority of his career. Now it's a very long career.
Yes.
He's been acting for a very long time.
And whenever he would lock in, and it's interesting about Patrick Stewart, it seems like whenever he locks into something, it's usually for long term.
Yes.
Because again, he's locked into he'll always be part of Star Trek. So we've seen, but now he's always a part of Family Guy.
Yes.
And he's always,
which is really strange. It's something you would never expect from Patrick Stewart.
Yeah, that he would do something like Family Guy. And yet he has been a primary staple of this show almost from the beginning.
Yes.
Almost from the beginning. And so now, well, not Family Guy, American Dad. And so now we got him there, and now from the way it looks, he may be coming back to the MCU.
I mean, that's fine with me. Unless what's the name gets it.
Unless
Giancarlo Esposito gets it. He really wants it.
He wants to be Professor X?
Yeah.
Are you know what?
He really wants it.
And here's the thing. Ordinarily, I hate when they do that. But if I could see anybody playing Professor X, any black actor, it's him.
Yes.
And I would pay money to see that.
Yeah, he really wants it.
Really?
Yeah.
You know what? When you said that in my head, I can see him in the chair.
Absolutely.
I can see him in the chair. And I can see him bringing a whole new flavor
to Professor X.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'm cool with either one of those. Either one of those.
Yeah.
I'm cool with.
Oh my God.
If we're being honest.
Yeah.
I'm even cool if they bring back McAvoy.
Yeah.
I wasn't mad at his Professor X.
McAvoy was good. McAvoy was good as Professor X. He was good. He was good. But again, you get used to. I think Patrick Stewart just had to look. I think his thing was that he really had to look.
Yes.
But I could see Giancarlo Esposito. It's like as soon as you said his name, immediately a visual came into my head of him in the chair.
Yep.
Him in the chair.
I can see it.
Yeah, easy.
And I wouldn't be mad at that at all.
Not at all. Now, again, I've been vocal and angry when they've done this in the past because it's like you know me. I always said that it's almost like they figure they have to throw in, or they have to change something in order to get black people to watch those kinds of movies. But you don't. All you need to do is just make better movies.
That's it. Because I promise you, us as black people, we don't care as much.
No.
Like, instead of shoehorning black actors into well-known comic book roles,
that were white,
that were most for like this entire time predominantly white, just make better black characters. So that we could do that. Because it's with the whole Michael B. Jordan wanting to play Black Superman. We don't need Black Superman.
We don't need Black Superman.
Now, granted, there is apparently a Black Superman comic book that I had no idea about. Yeah. But I don't want to see that on a screen, bro.
Nah. I don't.
You know what I would like to see done really well? Black Lightning.
Exactly. I'd like to see Black Lightning done well. I'd like to see, and actually though, even what they did on the WB, I was a fan. I watched it. I watched it till the end.
I think with a bigger budget, it could have been a lot better.
It could have been a lot better. Yes, it could have been a lot better.
It could have just been a lot better. Like WB superhero, like the WB superhero shows have like a look to them of just cheesiness. Now, granted, the stories are good.
Yeah.
But I just, not even so much like, if they'd have just spent a couple $100,000 more on the special effects budget, that show would have been pristine.
Yeah.
Golden Globes, Emmys, all that good stuff.
You want, do a good static. Static Shock.
Give me a good Static Shock.
Give me a good Static Shock.
That TV show, the cartoon
is iconic.
Iconic, phenomenal. It dealt with so much.
Yeah.
So much early on.
Yeah.
Like it's dealt with so much trauma and like things that kids go through with like peer pressure and like gang violence and things like that. And no other cartoon show was doing that.
You know. And instead of a black Superman, give us Icon. See, a lot of people and a lot of us don't even know about that character.
Right.
You know, he's a well-known character in the quote unquote DCEU, but he's not as well known. He's not that well known. But give us an Icon, a good Icon movie.
You know, something like that.
You know,
so that they can go to the Golden Globes and
and win Best Actress
and win Best Actress or something,
and win some of the major.
Speaking of, round of applause to Angela Bassett.
Woo-hoo!
Just for being Angela Bassett.
Yeah,
right. Just period. Angela Bassett. That's it. That's the whole show.
She should get an award just for being Angela Bassett.
Just for being her. But she did win for her role in Wakanda Forever, which is the first superhero. She is the first black superhero character to win a Golden Globe, and she is the first character from the MCU to win a Golden Globe for a superhero movie.
That's right.
So shout out to her, one, for just being awesome and amazing at everything she touches, and for just bringing new light to the superhero movies.
Yeah. And to make them more, and to let people know that these movies are relevant, they're relatable, they're relevant, and they are good cinema. If you're as a student and a fan of movies, they stand out, and you don't have to be a superhero fan, or you can just go. I mean, those movies, the Black Panther movies, and the performances in them were just incredible. They were top notch. They were they were just incredible performances. And she also won the same award for Critics' Choice.
I did not know that.
The next week. She took home the Critics' Choice Award for the same. I think it was Best Actor, Best Supporting Actress, same movie.
Amazing.
So
also, I gotta watch that again. I think I don't think I gave it a fair shake.
Which one?
Wakanda Forever.
No,
and thinking about it recently, I don't know why. I was just like, I don't think I gave Wakanda Forever a fair shake. So I want to watch it again once it hits Disney Plus, just to see, just to see if watching it a third time, if I feel the same way I felt after watching it the first two times. Now, hopefully, it changes. Because, I don't mind being wrong about, or just seeing something different.
Yeah, I was just going to say, it's not even a matter of that you were wrong, but it's just a matter of that you just changed your opinion about it.
Yeah.
Because when the first time I saw, which movie was it? It was Superman and Batman. The Superman and Batman movie, Dawn of Justice. The first time I saw that, I was in the theaters. I was in there. I didn't like it. I was like, "What is this?" I did not like it. And then when they released it and it came out on cable, I watched it again. And I'm sitting there I sat there and I watched it. I'm thinking to myself, this. I found myself more enjoying it. I think because of the fact that my anticipation level when I went to see it in the theaters was so high that I just was kind of there was just things that I missed about it.
Right.
And so when I watched it again, and I saw some things that I missed, that I literally missed in the theaters, because I kind of just shut down because it was not what I thought it would be. And so after I watched it again, I was like, okay, you know what? This was not a bad movie.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't the greatest, but it wasn't as bad as I had originally made it out to be.
I honestly quite enjoyed that movie from the very beginning. Honestly, my only problem with Batman versus Superman, it took way too long to Batman versus Superman.
Okay, to get to that point. Maybe that was another issue.
It took way too long for them to actually fight.
Yeah.
Only problem with that movie. I still don't get why people hate Ben Affleck's Batman.
I don't get it either. I still don't get it.
Because I have no issue with Ben Affleck as Batman.
None.
I'm upset he didn't get his standalone movie.
None.
Because from that movie, that scene where he goes and saves Martha Kent,
Yes.
that scene was amazing.
Yes. Yeah.
Like he was, don't get me wrong, it wasn't all him, but like the scene itself was just fantastic.
There were so many good scenes in that movie. I mean, and for me, one of the standout scenes was a scene where there was no dialogue, but it was just such a powerful scene. And it was the scene where Superman had flown over to this country, and there was something happened, and he went to save them, and he had to leave from where he was with Batman. He had to fly over there, but there was this one scene. You see him come down slowly into the crowd, and he's walking through the crowd, and everybody's reaching out to touch him.
Yeah,
and I was like, that was such an incredible, and there was no dialogue. It was just the music and the scene, and I'm sitting there like.
It was incredible. It was great.
This was great. This was not a bad movie.
It wasn't at all. Like another one of my favorite scenes was when like their first interaction, Superman and Batman, as Superman and Batman, when he Superman didn't have to disrespect the Batmobile like that. He kind of just flicked it like he was getting something off his shirt, and like it broke the Batmobile. Just put some respect on the man's name. Yeah. But when he looked at him and was like, next time your signal's in the sky, don't go to it.
Yeah.
I said,
wow.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Superman, I never thought of you as the type to make threats.
Yeah.
But that one, honestly, man, a few words, but the threat was very powerful.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Next time you see your signal in the sky,
don't answer.
Don't answer. Don't go. Don't go.
Yeah.
Because it's not like, it was pretty much like, yo, don't go. It's not going to be good for you if you go.
Nah.
But then even that fight, like just, because the kryptonite spear, he made a kryptonite spear and kryptonite gas. Like, come on now. Like, that was quite amazing.
Yeah.
Honestly.
It was, you know what, like I said, in retrospect, I think the only thing, when I originally saw it in the theaters, the only portion of the movie that really excited me was when Wonder Woman shows up.
Oh, she saved that. Like, that was just icing on the cake.
That was the only, and maybe I missed all the other stuff because that's what I was waiting for. I was waiting for Wonder Woman to show up. And when she showed up, my energy level went through the roof. But it was like, up until then, it was like the adrenaline just started pumping, because like something about having good music, good intro music, so I was like,
good intro music will just blow you away, because when she landed and them guitars started going, I lost my mind.
Yeah,
I lost my mind. I said, "Girl, you better go ahead."
Yeah, I think half the theater went nuts, boy. When it just, I was like, okay, all right.
Yeah, like,
and then the movie shot off into the stratosphere.
If we're being honest, I had no issue with the Justice League, the character selection for the Justice League. Had no problem with Henry Cavill as Superman. Loved it. Loved it.
No.
Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. Love it.
Yes.
Jason Momoa as Aquaman. Perfect fit. Like a glove.
When I saw him in Batman versus Superman, and they just showed the picture of him, I was like, "That's him.
That's him.
I was like, that's him. That's Aquaman. They nailed it. I said they nailed that."
Now, don't get me wrong. He's had a whole lot of problems, and he won't get to be the Flash anymore.
Yeah.
But why am I drawing a blank on this dude's name? Anyway, Ezra Miller. There you go.
Ezra Miller.
He was the Flash.
The Flash.
He did a spectacular job as the Flash.
Yeah.
And even my man, what's Cyborg's name? The guy who plays. I don't know his name.
I know his name, but he was good.
He was a good cyborg.
Yeah, he was good.
Especially watching the Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Yes. Yeah.
Honestly, that movie was 4 hours, but it didn't feel like it.
It did not feel like 4 hours. Yeah.
And I was just, it was incredible. Like, bro, y'all should have just let that man make that movie from the beginning.
That was the movie that we should have saw in the theaters.
In the theaters.
Yeah.
Because why was Apocalypse, again, I've said this before in previous pods, but Apocalypse is always who the Justice League fights first. Mm-hmm. Always.
Yeah.
Apocalypse.
Yeah.
It's always him.
Yeah.
Unlike the Avengers, where you could just kind of, it's always kind of like up in the air.
Who they're going to fight. Yeah.
Who they're going to fight. The difference between, like, the Justice League and the Avengers is there's been, like, 9 different versions of the Avengers.
Yeah.
Like, they change out, like, you changing screws and, like, a gear set or something.
Yeah.
But the Justice League
has pretty much been
has pretty much always been
constant.
Take out, either you add or take out Shazam or Green Lantern.
Yep.
That's it.
That's it. The rotation people was always Shazam, Green Lantern, and Green Arrow.
Yes.
Hawkman, in and out.
In and out.
Adam, in and out. But those.
But you always had at the core.
Yeah, at the core.
Cyborg, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and the Flash. Always. And they always fought Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Not Apocalypse.
Darkseid. Yeah. Who I always called until they made the movies. I always called him Darkseid.
Really?
I kid you not. I always called him Darkseid, and then it was like when they finally made when they made the movies, and when they start making the cartoons, and they introduced them into the cartoons, and they said Darkseid. I was like, oh, I've been saying that wrong all this time.
Well, listen, it's fine. That's how I felt when I found out that we apparently have been pronouncing Denzel Washington's name wrong his whole life.
How'd you say his name?
He said in an interview that the correct pronunciation of his first name is Denzel.
Really?
Yeah, not Denzel.
That's the country way, I guess.
Yeah.
Denzel.
Yeah. He was like, my name is actually Denzel.
Denzel. Wow. Okay. That's good. That's good.
And what's the name too? Brendan Fraser.
Brendan Fraser. I was one of those people.
Me too.
I was like Brendan Fraser.
It's his name, Brendan Fraser.
I was putting letters. You put letters in there
that aren't there.
That aren't there.
And then he was like, no. And then you go look at the name, and I was like,
Oh, snap! It says Fraser.
It says Fraser.
It does.
There's no I.
Nope. There's
no I.
Nope.
Okay. You got that, bros. You got that. My bad. That's my bad.
I was cracking up when I found that out, when I saw the interview that he did, and he said that, and I was like, oh, wow, I've been doing that all this time. And then the interviewer even though he kept saying, even though he had just told him that, he kept calling him Brendan Fraser, and then he would stop. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. And he's like, it's okay. He was like, it's okay.
Yeah, because at this point, it's just,
said, it's okay. He's like, I'm sorry, you just told me. He said, I know, it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time,
because I don't care what nobody say, Baby Yoda's going to be Baby Yoda for the rest of his life. Ain't nobody calling him Grogu.
That's what his name is?
That's his name, Grogu.
Yeah, Baby Yoda.
He is Baby Yoda.
Yoda.
Ever.
Yeah.
Forever. Baby Yoda forever.
Yeah.
That's just it. But you know what I want to talk about?
Yes.
Just think about it. And since we're on the subject of, Warner Brothers and things that are happening at Warner Brothers, because what the heck is happening at Warner Brothers? What is going on?
Not a lot of good.
So much. They're taking off everything. From HBO Max.
Are they doing that?
Yes, I just found out that.
I hadn't heard that. But go ahead.
Yes, they're removing things from. Yes, Westworld is gone.
Oh yeah,
all of it.
Yeah,
the show got canceled, and they're removing all of the seasons currently there from HBO Max. Have no clue. Snowpiercer got canceled. They had one last season, finished filming it. Mm-hmm. It got canceled, and the season's not coming out.
I don't understand that.
Okay, they're not releasing.
But go ahead.
But no, I don't understand it, and I need somebody to explain to me why, if you have a final season, if the show's not coming back, Give us, the viewers who still love the show,
the ones who,
the finals, especially if you finished it.
Yeah. Especially if you had not made it, that's another story.
Whole
altogether.
different story.
But you've made it. It's in the can. Only thing you would have to do probably at this point is just do some little fine tuning and tweaking to it. But now you're telling me you know what? And here's the thing: better you don't tell me that you made it than to say, hey, we made this thing.
But it's not gonna. But you're not gonna see it.
You're never gonna go. You're never gonna see it.
And I'm like, bro, it makes no sense because now what they're doing is the creators of the show are hoping to find another network so that they can air their last season.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's not necessary when you had a network and you were on a network and they could have just let you play your if it's the final season, I could understand if it was just like a season, like the next season.
Yeah.
Like Westworld. Mm-hmm. Westworld was done.
Yeah, Westworld was, you know what?
Honestly, Westworld shouldn't have went past 1, in my opinion. But
for me, 2. Westworld should have been done by the end of season 2. Tops.
Yes.
Or put it like this: when the scene where they finally all go into the West, or they finally, and she's reunited with her daughter, Maeve is finally reunited,
and everybody go to heaven,
and they like quote unquote everybody going to heaven.
Everybody going to heaven.
That should have been it.
End the show right there.
That should have been it.
Done.
There was no reason to go on after that.
But it kept going.
Yeah.
I was not caught up because, like I said before, Westworld is just a show you got to really pay attention. And I think they started to do that more on purpose.
Yeah.
Where, like, if you didn't pay attention to every single small, minute detail, then you had no idea what was going on in the show. So... cool. And then they started playing loose with like the present and the past and what was when you're in the present and what was the past. And that was just, that got like...
it made it hard to watch.
Very hard to watch. So it getting canceled, I wasn't surprised.
Yeah.
But you remove it so I can't watch it anymore?
Yeah, exactly.
There was still some really cool scenes.
There was still some good stuff in there.
In this show.
Yes.
That I would have liked to, go back and watch one-off episodes. Snowpiercer. I really enjoyed that show.
Mm-hmm. And it's funny, I didn't know that they were pulling it off because that was one of the shows that I had said, because I heard good things about it, I was going to go back and binge watch.
Yes.
I was going to go back and binge watch. And so now it's gone.
Now it's gone. Because that's what I did. I was like, especially after watching the movie. Because I watched the movie first. And I was like, well, this movie was great. It was a wild ride. Like, I just wasn't expecting.
Really?
You seen the movie?
No, I did. I did not watch any of it.
Oh, the movie was incredible.
Yeah.
Gotta watch the movie first.
Okay.
Well, I mean, that might be all you have.
If you can find it.
Well, no, I think the movie, if I'm not mistaken, because the movie was on Netflix.
Okay. Oh, so the movie. Okay, so if it's on Netflix, then it's still there.
Yeah. The movie was on Netflix.
Okay.
But that was really good.
Do you think that they'll move the series over to Netflix?
I hope so. I hope somebody picks it up.
Yeah.
So that it can end. So we can get the ending.
So we can get the ending
and just see what happened. Because it was a really good show. It was a really interesting concept.
I didn't watch. I don't know why I didn't watch it. I just did not watch it. What the original episodes? What station was it being brought?
TNT.
TNT. See, I don't really watch a lot of stuff on
Me
TNT.
Me neither.
So that was one reason. I was like, I kind of like. The only thing I would watch on TNT, they occasionally would have a supernatural marathon or something like that.
Yeah, that's all I'm watching on TNT.
And that's all I watched. And then after that, I'm like, click,
bye. But because I saw Snowpiercer was on TNT, like the show. And the main character of the show, though I am drawing a blank with his name, I like him as an actor.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, cool, I'm going to give it a chance. But then when I went to watch it, I was like, I found out that there was a movie. Like, because I went to find out where I could watch, like, all the episodes so I could catch up. Found out that there was a movie. I was like, oh, I'm going to watch that first. It's starring Chris Evans. Of course I'm going to watch it.
Okay. He was in the movie?
He was in the movie.
Okay. All right.
So then, I watched the movie, and I was like, yo, wow. Just all around impressed at, like, the concept, the idea, what happened. Like, crazy movie about classism and at the end of the world in the apocalypse. Like,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So
Yes.
I was like, cool. And then I started watching the show because HBO Max had it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, great, awesome. Gonna just keep on watching right here.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're just gonna take it off and just.
What else are they getting rid of?
I didn't actually read the list, but there are quite a few shows. There are a lot of HBO Max originals that they're taking off, like that are already gone. Like a lot of HBO Max movies that came out, they're gone. For example, that one movie that Seth Rogen did, where it was like him and his uncle, like his older uncle, was like frozen in time or something like that. It was really funny. I only watched it like once, but that was an HBO Max original. That's gone. And I'm just like, but why are you? What's going on over at Warner Brothers?
Yeah, that you're snatching all of this stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, and then I just found out because I followed one of the ladies I followed on LinkedIn. She worked at HBO Max. They just released, like, they just fired like a whole bunch of people too.
Wow. Okay.
Because she was like that. She was sad that, you know, she loved working at HBO Max, but they let people go, and she was one of the people who got let go. And I was like, what is going on over there?
Wow.
James Gunn, what are you doing?
Yeah. It's like you are.
What are you doing?
What are you doing, sir? It's like you are. Now, are they taking off a lot of the DCUs, the DCU shows?
Not that I've seen
off HBO. I'm talking from running on HBO Max. Most of them are gone from the WB, from like the regular. Okay,
Yeah.
like I think the only ones that are still there I believe Flash, and this is the Flash's final season, and Stargirl, and you never know when that's going to go. I'm surprised it lasted this long. And what else? Flash and Stargirl. I think that's it. All the other ones gone. Even the one, the Superman one.
Yeah,
Gone.
That's ridiculous, bro.
Gone.
Somebody explain it.
Gone. It's like, okay, I don't know what his game plan is, but it better be incredible.
I don't know if it's a sneak peek, but he did say that his goal and his plans are to bring that the cast of Guardians of the Galaxy is coming with him.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I've heard rumors about what's his name, Star-Lord,
Chris Pratt.
Yeah, of him migrating to the DCEU.
Yeah. He said the cast.
Really? He's talking about the whole cast?
He said the cast of Guardians of the Galaxy.
I don't know. Marvel has been good to them, man.
Well, you're right. Well, what's the name said he's just done, period, because he doesn't want, and I think it's too late for that. But Batista said he doesn't want Drax to be all he's known for.
Okay. It's not. He's not. But
it's a big part of what he's known for.
It's
like, as much as he doesn't want it to be, it's going to be a big chunk of his acting career.
It's going to be. You'll be doing conventions for a long time.
Yeah, like, you're not, as much as you may not want that to be what people remember you for, you're not getting away from that, anytime soon, but I don't think for the rest of your life are you getting away from, especially not after that hilarious Christmas special.
Yes.
And with Guardians of the Galaxy 3 coming soon.
Yeah, you were really, you were really good at it. So,
yes. It's going to be a part of you. He was like that. He just wants to be known as an actor, and I respect it. I
get it. Because again, when you look at him in, what was it, Glass Onion?
Yes.
He was really good.
He was really good. And honestly, really he hasn't had a bad role.
No, he's done some really.
That Scorpion King movie he did.
Yeah, I didn't see that one.
Me neither, but I heard it wasn't.
Yeah, he's had some memorable roles.
Yes.
I'm excited to see what he does with the new M. Night.
I gotta see that movie.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited to see what he does with that because he looks really
yes.
good there.
Yeah,
it looks like it's gonna.
Even though I'm nervous to see that movie because it's M. Night.
Yeah, no.
Like the trailer looks really good, but
It's M. Night.
it's M. Night, so I just don't know.
It's
you
M.
know,
Night, man. It's an M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Yeah,
And so it's
so-
like you're either gonna like it or you're gonna hate it. It's gonna be one of the. It's gonna
and
be.
it's like
It's gonna be one of
the
the
twist
other,
is either going to be really good
or really stupid.
or really dumb.
If it's really good, you're not gonna get it until
It's explained.
exactly until it's revealed. But if you get it 20 minutes into the movie, then it's not good.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
good.
it's not good. Like we went to see the one. Me and my wife went to see the one about the trees. The one with Mark Wahlberg.
That was a bad movie.
That was horrible. I was trying.
The Happening.
The happening.
The Happening.
I was trying to like it. I was sitting there trying to like it, and my wife, midway through the movie, she looks at me. She says, "Oh my God, it's the trees! It's the trees!" She's like, "This is so stupid." She looks at me. She's like, "This is
It's so stupid.
It's the trees." And I was like, "Shh." I'm like, "Shh." She was like, "It's the trees." She said, "This is stupid." And I'm sitting there laughing because now I'm thinking, I'm like, "Oh my God, it is the trees."
It's the trees.
she about midway through the movie, she was like, "Oh my God, it's the trees." She said, "I figured it out." She said, "This is stupid."
Stupid. So stupid.
And I think that was the last. No. I wish I could say it was the last one. I think the last before I went to see any more of his movies, the last one that really did it for me was the one that Will Smith did.
After Earth?
After Earth. Matter of fact, that one, they don't even tell you that he was even connected. You don't even hear that he was even connected until they're running the end credits. And you're running end credits, and all of a sudden, me and this other brother was sitting in the theater. We were sitting there. And when they got to the end credits, and all of a sudden his name came up, we both looked at each other. We was like, "Oh God, this explains a lot. This was an M. Night movie."
Yeah, because it was advertised like it was Will's movie.
Yes. The guys looked at me. He said, "If I had known," and I said, "You don't even have to finish the sentence." I said, "Yeah, you." I said, "I wouldn't have came to see it either." He said, "I would not have come to see this movie."
Absolutely not. I didn't go see it in theaters. I watched it though.
I saw it in theaters.
Because honestly, I had high doubts for. Initially, I had high doubts for Jaden Smith.
Yeah.
After I was just like, bro, he's just gonna be like a cute kid, but like as he gets older, who knows, like, if he's gonna get his dad's acting chops.
Yeah.
So I just had like high doubts for it. So I'm like, I'm gonna wait and just watch this movie at home.
Yeah.
And I was glad I did because
you did.
I said, what the heck was I watching just now? Someone give me my money back that I didn't pay to watch this movie. But
yeah,
it's
I don't know. Going back to James Gunn, I don't know what he's doing. I really don't. But I'm like, dude, you are, and like I said, it looked like they were on the upswing. It looks like
yes, it looked like such a.
It looked like DCEU was on the upswing, and they were getting ready to really do some stuff. And now it's like you came in there, you are like tearing stuff up.
Especially now, right? Because for a long time, Marvel has just been like leagues ahead of DC.
Yes.
But with Phase 4
Yeah.
doing as poorly
As it did. Yeah.
this was DC's moment to strike
Shine.
hot
Yes.
and release banger after banger after banger after banger, and then they would be neck and neck again.
I would have, if I was in charge of DC, I would have released the Batgirl movie.
Hello. Because everybody was talking about how good that movie is.
I would have released the Batgirl movie. I would have released it.
I still think you should release the Batgirl movie.
I still think you should. But again, I still think you should. But I would have released it just because, you know what? Because at this stage of the game, I figured like this: we can take a gamble because we're already number 2. It's like,
Right.
let's risk it. Let's risk it. And I don't think it would have been that big of a risk. I think there would have been there. It would have done because again, like you said, we both heard good things about the movie, and so it's like, you know what? Take a risk. Take a risk. Because... and all the delays. Again, are you going to release? And so now my concern is that if you'll do something like that with the Batgirl movie, will you do the same thing with Aquaman? Will you do the same thing? Because again, will you do the same thing with the Flash? It's a Flash has been struggling. We've talked about this in previous podcasts. The Flash has been like on the edge of being pulled at any given moment.
Yeah, I think the Flash though I think is more Ezra Miller and less Warner Brothers.
Yes, no. Again. It's more Ezra Miller, but I'm just saying it's been on the cusp of being or on the edge of being pulled at any given moment. I mean, I think they probably
that's what I'm saying. But I wouldn't blame like the Flash being pulled.
Yeah.
If the Flash gets pulled, 99.9% sure it's because of something Ezra Miller did. Something else, excuse me, that Ezra Miller will do that will come out. And that is why
I think they probably have hired somebody and said, all right, this is your job. Your job is to watch Ezra Miller's every move and keep him out of trouble.
They said they were going to get him help because they're not really willing. They are willing if he gets help.
If he gets help,
to continue to work with him.
Yes. And that's a bold move, and that's a good move on their part because it makes them seem human. In other words, it makes them seem human. So in other words, you are concerned about him as a person, concerned enough that you'll say, all right, look, we'll work with you.
That's what you saw.
And
that's what you saw.
That's what that's what you see.
I saw. This man makes us a whole lot of money. And we need to keep that money coming in.
Okay.
So we will do whatever we got to do with him to keep this cash cow producing for us.
All right, that may be the reality.
That's what I saw looking at.
I was trying to give y'all the benefit of the doubt. I was trying to give y'all the benefit of the doubt.
No.
And make y'all seem like y'all were really good people.
No.
And make you seem like you were human and saying that, oh, you know what? We are just not going to make him. It's not. It's all about the money.
No.
We're going to work. We want to work with him because he's a human being and he's worth it all.
No.
All right.
They're trying not to say. They're trying not to make it look like they wasted a whole lot of money. On this man.
I tried, y'all. I tried.
Yeah, no. You did.
I did. I tried.
Good effort.
Thank you, sir.
Good effort. Good effort.
I tried.
But no. But I don't know, man.
Yeah. So it's
I don't know.
And so it's just like you got Aquaman that you're still messing, and you know what? Sometimes you mess around with stuff so much that people start to forget.
And we lose interest.
And start to lose interest. And two, that what we finally end up seeing, we already know that that's not the original movie. And so now people are just waiting because they're going to really even the people who wanted Amber Heard excised from the movie, even the people, they're still going to look at the movie and they're going to be like, this movie sucked. Yeah, it sucked. They had to remake the whole movie. They had to take out Amber Heard because y'all didn't want to see her in the movie because you're mad at what happened between her and Johnny Depp. I could care less.
I just like the fairness of it all.
I mean, I get the fairness.
I just like the fairness of it all.
I get the fairness. I understand, and that's for that. But
that's a conversation for another.
And that is on another level, and that's on a whole. That transcends, that deals with something other than art.
Right.
Based on the art of movies and art of movie making, again, and the art and the timing of all of this, and understanding that now you're going to have to go back and almost remake the whole movie. That's not, again, I can understand if she was just if this was earlier in their career and in this whole thing, and she was just doing a cameo. Again, I get it. She did some horrible, heinous stuff to Johnny Depp, and again, the good thing about all of that is that she didn't get away with it legally. I get that, but should the art have to suffer because of that? Should the art have to suffer because of that? Again, going back, and we've talked about that. We've talked about that. Same thing with Will Smith. I could care less. He could have slapped Chris Rock, slammed him on the ground, and did a tap dance up and down his spine in cleats on the in the middle of the exactly on the red carpet leading into the Oscars, and I still would support him as an actor because again, it's not about. It's kind of like about the art because he's still doing quality work. And again, so for those people who have been hating on the Emancipation, wanting to boycott the movie Emancipation because of the fact of that, it's like, come on, leave that alone, because again, because you're not just affecting, and I said this before, you're just not affecting him.
Right, you're affecting a lot of people.
You're affecting a whole lot of actors, a whole lot of people behind the scenes who put a lot of work into that movie. Same thing with Aquaman.
You hear that, James Gunn?
You're
affecting a whole lot of people who made Batgirl.
Batgirl, exactly.
Batwoman, whatever that movie's name was.
Exactly.
That we won't ever get to see now.
Exactly.
Because you shelved it. You shelved it.
It's like, okay, yeah. People do crappy stuff, and artists do crazy, crappy stuff, but here's the thing, again, can you separate, and we talked about that in the previous podcast, can you separate that from the art? Can you separate that from the art? Because again, it's just not, again.
It all depends, for me personally, it all depends on what it is.
Yeah. Again, here's the thing, I think I had this topic with my son. We kind of like touched on this topic, and he said, all right. He said, okay. He said he did what he did. Da 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 da. Fine. He said, but again, should he suffer as an artist because of that? He said, no. He said, now if he had done something to small children, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. If he had, if something like that, something that really, really, to me, all right, that was not good. That was not positive. There was nothing good about that. But again, that's between two grown adults. There's hundreds of ways that they could handle it. And again, he's been banned and all that other stuff, blah, blah, blah. But allow him to continue to create.
Talking about Will Smith, right?
You're talking about Will Smith.
Bro, he slapped him. Shut up. Go on. Bro, he didn't like you said, it's not like he kicked the kid down the stairs,
or pushed a grandmother down. It's
not like he pulled the chair from under like a handy-capable person.
It's not like Dame Judi Dench was on, and
he just went up and slapped her.
Then I would have been like,
bro, that's honestly what it is for me.
Yeah,
like when it comes to separating the art and like the artist, bro, the slap. Okay, it happened. Yeah. Let the man keep working. But for example, Ezra Miller.
Ezra
it's a little bit more
than that.
Extreme than the slap. So I could get why you're just like, hey, take him, get rid of him.
Yeah.
Do me a favor, get rid of him. And I understand that more. Because bro, the slap happened. Let's move on.
Oh no, Dave.
So, and we're going to move on because I'm tired of talking about it. James Gunn, I have no idea what it is you are doing with the DCEU, but I don't like it.
Nah.
Warner Brothers, I have no idea what you guys are doing over there with you and HBO Max, but I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Not liking this. I'm not feeling comfortable. You know what? At any given moment, I keep waiting to hear that they're getting rid of HBO Max altogether.
They better not. I spent a whole lot of money. I've been spending a lot of money
on
HBO Max.
At any given moment, I keep expecting.
I did hear that they're thinking about changing the name.
Yeah.
To just Max.
See? Yeah.
And I'm like, that just sound like Cinemax. And when I think of Cinemax, I think of, I don't know about you, but every time I see Cinemax, I just think of like softcore porn. Like,
dude.
so like, you know,
dude. Oh my goodness. You get out of my head because I'm thinking I already knew where you was going with that. I'm like Cinemax after dark.
Cinemax, right? Like it just sounds dirty. Like, bro, changing it from HBO Max to just Max, it's just like, bro. It just sounds like the content that is coming.
It's coming.
It's not your children's content at all.
Oh, you'll have a content that nobody will be able to watch.
Nobody gonna be able to watch. But you know what I did watch that was really good, and I do like what they're doing. Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio.
I have not watched that yet. I keep.
You watched that one instead of the one that Disney Plus released.
Really?
That one was Guillermo del Toro. Yeah.
Guillermo del Toro does good work.
He did. That was a really good movie, and he said it because it won Best Animated Picture at the Golden Globes, which happened like 2 weeks ago, which is why we're not really talking about it because it's all old. Shout out to Abbott Elementary for just being Abbott Elementary, and shout out to everyone Black who won at the awards show.
Yes.
But Guillermo del Toro won for Pinocchio, and he was like, because we sat down to watch it with my nephews were here, and we sat down to watch it with them, and as we're watching it, we're kind of like, this isn't.
No.
This is not a kid's movie.
It's not a good, no.
I was like, but you figure it's Pinocchio.
It's Pinocchio, yeah.
So, you can watch it with your kids.
What was it he said? What was it he said when
he said it's not a kid's movie, but you can watch it with your kids.
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah.
And I was like, I kind of wish I'd heard that before we put that movie on. Luckily, they were like half asleep, so they really fell asleep like shortly into it. But I was like, bro, this is not a kid's movie like at all. But it was really good. And again, shout out, stop motion animation is one of my favorite animations because unlike drawing on like the pad and like the animation of old, it is something that still has to be done the same. They have not found a way to quicken
the process. It takes people.
It still takes people. It's still just okay. You gotta set move it just a half a centimeter picture, half a centimeter picture, half a centimeter picture. Yeah. Like it's still something that takes time and effort and people
and a whole lot of
people.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think that is just incredible.
Yep. That they still do that.
It's still a form of it's still something that people go to when they're creating movies.
Yes.
And I think that's just amazing. And
that is incredible.
I give all kudos and credit to the people who have the patience to do so because I do not. And I would not have the patience to like do that. Like, especially with the amount of detail that you have to change just to take a picture and then have to go back and change it. I'd have quit, and we wouldn't even have a scene done.
What's really funny is that my wife had a class in one of her classes in college, and they were dealing with stop motion animation. Yeah, and she found an app. She found an app. Somebody had told her about an app that shows you and shows you how to do it, helps you do it. Yeah. Yeah, so she had to do something with somebody and so somebody told them about the app, and so they used the app. But that's in lieu of the person who's trying to do this not in a hurry, but doesn't have the skills or the time or the resources to do it. So it's like gives them a little bit of an edge. Right. It's not really a shortcut, but it gives them a little bit of an edge. Whereas but for the art form, it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work. And whenever I go see a movie that they've done stop motion animation in and it's really good, I'm like, kudos to that.
Yeah, and to be honest, I haven't really seen many bad ones.
No.
And which is also because I'm like, bro, how do you just they all look really, really good. Yeah. Yeah. Really good, because you got that, The Nightmare Before Christmas, Kubo and the Six Strings.
Yes.
Like, bro, what's the one I watched that I really liked? Hugh Jackman was in it. The Missing Link.
Okay, yes.
The Missing Link.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that movie.
Okay.
And I was just like, bro, stop motion animation. If there is a stop motion animation movie coming out, regardless of the plot or anything like that, I'm going to watch it. But Pinocchio was really good.
Yeah.
Guillermo del Toro used his patented style where there are characters with no eyes, where the characters have eyes, but they are not where they're supposed to be. Like they have eyes, but they're not in their sockets. They're not in their eye sockets.
He took the art form and he Guillermo del Toro did.
Yes, he did. Which is it's always fun to see that, and like it's good when people have like a signature style that you're gonna notice in, like when you see that style, you can automatically just tell who the director is. Like if I see like a can of soda explode, I know it's a Michael Bay film.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah.
Because did you see he's on trial for killing a bird?
No. By accident or on purpose?
They think he did it on purpose. And that's why he's being sued. And he could face jail time if he's found guilty.
Are you kidding me?
No. For the movie Six Underground.
Are you kidding me?
No, he's on trial currently for killing a bird while filming a movie.
I don't even know what to say to that. I don't even know what to say to that. I don't even know what to say to that. I kid.
Because they said he killed a bird on purpose.
You ever seen on the Muppet Show, and sometimes on the Muppet Show, and sometimes the character, somebody will say something really awful, really stupid, and the character doesn't know what to say, and they kind of like just tighten their lip, and the camera zooms in, and they just kind of like just look at the camera like, that's how I feel. Yeah. I was like, what do you say to that?
I don't know.
I don't even. Gosh, you are wasting valuable court. There are killers waiting to get sentenced.
But you have the time to,
because he killed a bird.
Because a bird died
by accident.
But you think he did it on purpose. So you're taking him to court for it.
What did the bird do? Did it explode? Did he blow it up? Did he? I don't know. I don't understand.
I gotta, when I start telling these stories, I gotta actually go read the article. I just couldn't believe the headline.
Oh, I missed that one.
I couldn't believe the headline that he's on trial for killing a bird.
And I'm sure Alec Baldwin is sitting around looking at that, saying like, "Really, this is what it's come to now."
Hello. He's on trial too.
He's on trial too. He's like, wait. Michael Bay is on trial for killing a bird. Okay, I can understand my position because I'm on trial maybe for killing a human, and that was an accident. It was an accident. He said, this is where we're at now.
This is where we're at now.
This is where we're at now.
This is where we're at.
Okay.
You can't kill birds.
And I'm not advocating that you should go around killing birds. But you understand that
not all
birds are being killed every day. You probably ran over one with your car.
Not all birds.
This week.
If we're being honest, some birds. They kind of deserve to go.
I can't even count the number of dead birds you see lying in the street.
Hello.
Again, not that I'm advocating that they should be killed, but again,
all I'm saying is natural selection is a thing. It's a thing.
All right, now don't y'all get mad at us thinking we're.
And if it's that time, if it was that bird's time to go, it was that bird's time to go. And which would you rather have him do? Would you rather have him explode?
They don't live forever, y'all.
And make it into a movie, or would you have him killed by a cat off screen?
I just and we're making light of it because it's
so stupid.
Ludicrous.
It's so stupid.
It is absolutely stupid.
And how do we know that bird was a model citizen?
Maybe that bird deserved to die.
Maybe he deserved to die.
Maybe he was an arrogant little bird, and he was.
Maybe he was going around messing up other birds' nests.
That's right.
We don't know.
We don't know. We don't know his backstory.
We weren't there.
And it's the prosecutor, the people who are in the court arguing this thing out. I would, I'm not. I've never been one about sitting on juries or anything like that. But I would just love to be sitting in that jury.
I would love it.
I was like,
just let me sit in the back.
I just want to sit in the back and listen.
I just want to sit in the back and listen at how y'all about to argue this.
How y'all about to argue this? Is the Bird's family here? Are they being represented?
Hello. How do we know that bird did not have the next case of bird flu? That would have caused an outbreak that would have killed millions.
And made eggs even more expensive.
How do we know that bird did not have salmonella?
We don't.
Hello. So have you seen Contagion?
What was it?
That all started from a bat.
What was it? The song from the song from oh gosh, A Little Shop of Horror. And there's the one quote that that Audrey 2 does. He says, "A lot of folks deserve to die."
Hello, and that bird might have been one of them. Oh man, but this has been fun, man. Mm-hmm. Just talking about nothing.
Mm-hmm. Just throwing stuff out there.
Just throwing stuff out there, seeing what sticks.
Yeah. Seeing where it goes.
Having some fun.
Hopefully, I'm hoping. I don't know if they've announced it yet. The Oscars. Because usually whoever wins the Golden Globe is usually the ones who will win the Oscars.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that
Angela Bassett, excuse me. I'm so sorry.
That this will be a trifecta for her.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Please forgive me for messing up your last name.
Yeah.
I know better. And when I know better, I do better. I'm sorry. I will do better in the future. Queen Mother.
Yes, Queen Mother.
Forgive me. Do not send the Dora Milaje to my doorstep. Please.
Oh, goodness. Again, so I'm hoping that she'll get the nomination.
Yeah, because the fact that she hasn't won one yet is a crime in and of itself.
She won an Oscar.
For what?
What's love got to do with it?
The fact that she hasn't won one since then.
Yeah, she has not won anything since then or been nominated.
Is a crime in and of itself.
Yes.
Period. Yeah. Period. So. Gifts, like she played Malcolm X's wife. Mm-hmm. Why am I drawing a blank of all the other amazing roles she's done? Like all the movie roles that she's done since. She played Tina Turner.
Mm-hmm. You put it like this: whatever she does
is gold star.
Yeah, you are going to get something incredible. You're going to get something incredible, and I think there aren't a lot of no, I won't say there's not. There are some black actresses out there, but she's one of the standouts. When she comes on screen, she commands you to watch.
Yes,
she commands your attention, and her and the only other person I can think of is off the top of my head that commands that kind of attention is Viola Davis, again, who just commands attention. The original, the first Black Panther, the first Black Panther movie, the one part that always stands out for me is when he was fighting M'Baku. He was fighting M'Baku, and she looked at him and she just yelled, "Show him who you are!"
That's why he went to versus Killmonger.
Who?
That's why T'Challa didn't win that first fight against Killmonger.
No, was he fighting?
No. When he fought M'Baku and he won. But then when he fought Killmonger in the same spot, she didn't shout. She didn't shout. Show him who you are. So that's why T'Challa didn't win that fight. And that's why he lost.
Yeah, because when she did that, I was like, when she said that in the theaters, because the movies is amplified and loud, but it was like when she yelled that out, it was like a whole force of wind went through the whole theater. It was like, and it's like everybody, it's like people sat back in their seats. It was like, oh my God. It was just so powerful.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So she's.
Yeah, no, I'll be rooting for her. I'll be watching.
I'll be watching the Oscars this year. Well, first of all, to make sure nobody else gets slapped, or I told people,
I'm watching to see if somebody else gets slapped.
I told people, said, you know what? One thing about that, it definitely made watching award shows interesting again, because now you're at the point where it's like, well, once upon a time you thought these award shows was boring, and now it's like, nah, not today, my friend.
Well, now they're back to being boring because most award shows, like, they stopped announcing it, but there was an award show like right after the Oscars and right after the slap, where like somebody sent out like the letter that the award show sent out and was like, if anything like that happens, legal action will be taken.
Oh, well, yeah, well.
So I thought something might have happened at the Golden Globes because everybody was drunk and like you don't care when people get drunk.
But let's talk about that just for we could close out on it. That is the fun part for me of watching the Golden Globes, is the fact that they were feeding them alcohol.
Yeah.
And if you're watching it and you compare some of the later winning speeches to the earlier winning speeches.
Yeah, man.
It's like by the end they're coming up as you get Dame Judi Dench on the stage and she's like, and you're like,
what happened? Because one of the guys who won said it. He was like, I missed the food.
Yeah.
So all I had was liquor all night.
I think it was the guy from oh gosh, White Lotus.
Yes.
Yes.
He was like, I missed the food.
Yeah.
He was like, when I got here, the food was done.
Yeah.
And so all I got was liquor.
I was like, oh.
I said, oh, wow, okay. But shout out to Jennifer Coolidge.
Yes.
Because her acceptance speech, like she was the star of the Golden Globes because her acceptance speech had me in tears.
Yeah. She was incredible. She was hilarious.
Like, I was like, yo, you bet, like, I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
Like, getting this shine now.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, what? It's great that she's getting shine outside of being Stifler's mom.
Stifler's mom. I've been a fan of Jennifer Coolidge since Stifler's mom.
Yeah, since she was Stifler's mom.
Stifler's mom, since she was Stifler's mom. You know, a lot of y'all are just getting into her, but go back and
watch American Pie.
And watch American Pie franchise. She was, and this was like
you said franchise. You got to specify. Watch 1, 2, 3.
I'm sorry. Yeah, watch 1, 2, 3. Don't watch the
Wedding.
whole. Yes. Yeah. Don't watch all of them.
Don't watch all of them.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, and The Wedding.
And there's another one where his younger brother gets some shine. He's in it.
Oh yeah. I remember that.
I don't remember which one that was. But
was that Bandcamp?
It might have been.
Yeah. Okay.
I know. I just know that it was about Stifler's younger brother.
His younger brother. Yeah.
I stopped. Like I said, I watched 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
And Wedding.
Yeah.
After that, have fun.
Good fun. Good movies.
Yeah.
Good movies. And she was, and even though she was not like a real big, you remember her. You never forgot her.
You never forgot her.
You never forgot her. Everybody. She had a matter of fact. She had a big fan base because of that movie, because everybody knew her as Stifler's mom. Stifler's mom. Yep.
Because listen, for a long time, I didn't know I didn't know her real name. Every time I saw her, it was, hey, it's Stifler's mom.
Stifler's mom. So she'll go down in history. I don't think anything really happened for her until Two Broke Girls.
Yeah,
which she was hilarious on. You know, which she was absolutely hilarious.
Well, no, we can't forget she was in Legally Blonde. Those two movies.
Yeah. Okay.
I didn't watch the movies, but I know she was like big in them. And like, well, I did have a favorite. Crazy enough, I have a favorite line from the movie, but it was because they played the trailer the whole time. Because I think it was the second Legally Blonde, Legally Blonder. That's not the name of the movie. That just sounds, Legally Blonder. But she, Reese Witherspoon walked out, and she had like looking like super patriotic. And Jennifer Coolidge, she was looking at it. She was like, "Oh my God, you look like the 4th of July. Makes me want a hot dog real bad." And I love that scene in that movie. And I say it all the time. Like it's one of my most quotable lines, and I've never seen the movie.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
But I was like, oh my God, you look like the 4th of July.
Mm-hmm.
Makes one a hot dog real bad. But yeah, shout out to Jennifer Coolidge.
Shout out to Jennifer Coolidge.
For just being amazing.
But the fact that they serve alcohol, because if you look at they held Eddie Murphy's award till until one of the last awards.
Yes.
And I wasn't crazy about that. And then Tracy Morgan comes up, and you're looking at Tracy, and you're like,
he's done.
Tracy is toast.
He's done.
I don't know.
Done.
He had that whatchamacallit, Jamie Lee Curtis they were literally, and actually she looked like she was a little toasted too.
Yeah.
And they were kind of like holding each other up. I was like, wow. Then when who came up to give an award? The cast or the people from the Dragons.
House of Dragons. Yes. They were done. Beyond done.
Oh my God, they was up there giggling and they was like done.
They were beyond done. Also, Golden Globes, that was a travesty that King Viserys was not nominated for a Golden Globe.
Who's this?
King Viserys.
Okay.
Because he was that role. Like he was good. I can't think of his name, but he definitely should have been nominated for Best Actor for his role in House of the Dragon.
I was surprised that a lot of them that a lot of those performances did not get any nominated. Matter of fact, even the guy who won, the guy who won, he said they really didn't think that they were going to win. He said that. He's like,
because it was like.
He said, we really didn't think we would win. And so they probably was like, we ain't winning.
Right, because they didn't expect to do nothing.
And they get called up there, and they was sloshed. Yeah. And it was like, oh, my goodness.
But that does seem like a good night. But minus the fact that currently, did you hear what happened? Like a good chunk of them got COVID.
Yeah.
Shortly there.
But look at how close they have them sitting.
Yeah.
They're literally sitting on top of each other. They are literally sitting on top of each other.
Definitely a super spreader event.
I was not surprised. It was like, I'd have been.
You guys got.
I would have been surprised that
if they didn't,
if y'all didn't get COVID, and then they were like, it was a super spreader event.
For sure.
If one person came in there with it, you guarantee at least 10 of y'all was going home. Was going home with it.
Big fans.
Because y'all were on top of each other, And nobody was, and I'm sure everybody's like over at the, that sloppy laugh and lip their mouth all open.
Yeah, just
spraying,
saliva was just
spraying stuff out.
Oof. You'd be surprised if COVID was all they call. But I'm surprised I catch
COVID should have been the least of
their worries, bro. Like, they should have called all of it. COVID, the flu, RSV, like
I got pregnant. Oh, gosh. Oh, man. All right, we good. I'm good.
Yeah, we're good. Golden Globes, that happened. It was a thing.
It was a thing.
The Oscars are coming.
Fun. It was fun to watch.
It was, honestly, I gotta admit though, it wasn't like a whole bunch of fun to watch for me, because things kept like moving really fast and trying to. Boy, I can't wait till we get a staff who can just do stuff for me, and I don't have to do anything but just come sit in this chair and talk to you for a couple hours.
Yeah.
Because having to sit there and watch the show. I have this app called Canva, and that's what I use to make like all the thumbnails and like all the posts, like all the artwork and stuff for the posts. Between that and Photoshop.
Okay.
So, finding the Canva app, because one of the Golden Globes, one of the award shows I watched like last year, I was like tired of. I had to put. What am I saying? Get your words out, Mo. Use them. I was sharing the awards on the podcast page, but it was from like Rotten Tomatoes. Like they were the ones posting the winners, and then I would just share it to our Insta story. But they didn't show all of the awards that got announced. So I was like, crap, like I kind of missed some like key awards, and people were asking like, well, what about this award? And I'm like, they didn't show it, so I can't tell you. Like, so Lee showed me Canva, and that's how I was able to like put the winners up using like our logo.
Okay. Oh, okay.
And like, you know,
Okay.
we kind of have our own version of that. But man, that was stressful trying to like find
to do it
pictures and like
and
edit it
do
in
it,
like
yeah.
in real time.
And doing it real fast.
Yeah,
Having to
like
real-
it just that was just it was work.
Yeah.
It was work, but it was worth it because you know. But boy, I cannot wait till we
get a
get so that
staff.
is somebody else's job. I'd be like, bro, just
Wait. You gotta get an intern.
yes, yes,
Gotta get an unpaid. Start training the boys.
yeah. I'm gonna start with Juju.
Start
Ooh,
training.
that's a good idea.
Start training. Start training the boys. Yeah. Start with Juju.
Start training him up. Be like, hey. No, he's smart. He's gonna he's gonna want money. He's not gonna do it for free.
He's like, so Uncle Mo.
Yeah, he's not. He's
Let me
not.
see.
Yeah, he's not gonna let me get out.
Let me give you my rates, my hourly rate.
Yeah,
here.
like I might get it off once for free, but that's about it. He's not letting me do that for
This
free.
is an awful lot of work.
So, but yeah, it's been fun.
It's been fun. It's been fun.
You know, the episode about nothing.
Yeah.
Thanks, Wale. I'm definitely calling this the episode about nothing.
Yeah.
Because honestly, what was it really about?
Well, we said in the beginning it was going to be about a whole lot of stuff.
A whole lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Just a whole lot of stuff.
A whole lot of stuff.
But yeah, this was fun. And until the next one, y'all, we out.
We out. Later.